What's going on, world? It's your boy Steve Dab 317 back with another reaction video. And listen, I'm almost ashamed to say this, but I cannot say that I've listened to very much music that's been put out by Dolly Parton. But I figured, you know what? There's no time like the present. Let's go ahead and check it out. So this is going to be Jolene, not the music video, just the audio to it. And I'm just going to kind of check it out, see how she rocked as a country artist and kind of go from there. So hopefully I get to enjoy this very first reaction along with me. Unless this is one of those like really popular songs that like I've heard, at a restaurant or something, didn't realize it was her singing it, but we'll find out here in a second. Or in a couple of seconds. There we go.
Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. Your beauty is beyond compare, with flaming locks of auburn hair, with ivory skin and eyes of emerald green. Your smile is like a breath of spring, your voice is soft like summer rain, and I cannot compete with you, Jolene.
All right, so I don't know if she's actually talking. Like, I don't know if this is like a real life scenario, maybe something she experienced at some point. But one thing that I do like about the stories that are told through country music, like even if it's not this artist's individual story, it's always somebody's story somewhere. That's one of the cool things about it. So, I imagine somebody somewhere is like, this song came, I don't even know what year this song came out, but somebody somewhere checked this song out, was like, man, this is spot on for something I'm dealing with, I've just went through. Or
Summer rain, and I cannot compete with you, Jolene. He talks about you in his sleep, and there's nothing I can do to keep from crying when he calls your name, Jolene. And I can easily understand how you could easily take my man, but you don't know what he means to me, Jolene. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, Jolene, Jolene,
came to mind. I'll tell you here in a moment.
Please don't take him just because you can. You could have your choice of men, but I could never love again. He's the only one for me, Jolene. I had to have this talk with you. My happiness depends on you, and whatever you decide to do, Jolene. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him even though you can. Jolene.
Is that a banjo I'm listening to in the background? All right, so listen. As you know, I absolutely love listening to music that forces me to think. I'll start off with talking about this song specifically. Hey, I enjoyed it as soon as it started off. It just had a good beat, made me want to just kind of bob my head and kind of sing along. But I think that having a really good beat drew me into the song, and it got me to like listen on a different level. And then once I was drawn in, her lyrics just kind of held me there, or they kept me there. Because I think this is one of those stories, and again, I don't know if this is something she went through herself or just lyrics that were written. But and if you know, put it down in the comments. Enlighten me, educate me on something that I'm not familiar with. But what I was going to say was, how it's almost like she's writing a letter to Jolene, or maybe even having a conversation with her, or however it took place. But it's almost like she's saying, like, I get it, you're beautiful, you got this and that going on, and but she was trying to get Jolene to realize like how significant uh her man was to her, or how much she was in love with her man, and just kind of encouraging Jolene not to take her. But the reason why that really kind of stood out to me is because I think a lot of the issues that go on with people in this current day and age, especially as it relates to relationships, is people, not respecting the relationship of other people. And it's one thing, and I've shared this story with, especially men. I'm gonna pick on the men for a minute. This is probably the moment where like half of my male subscribers unsubscribe because they don't want to hear it. And women, the ladies may laugh at this, but great degree of accuracy to it. But I've spoken with a lot of people, and typically on that level it's usually males who I'm speaking with. But one of the things that I've shared with them is like you've got to you've got to look at the bigger picture, right? We've got to learn the art of delayed gratification. You know what I mean? We can't always live for the moment because it's like it's the thrill of the chase, I think, a lot of times. And then people make a quick, impulsive decision, but not realize what all they're throwing away or potentially throwing away. And then after the fact, it's like they want to go back and cry and say, "Oh, I didn't mean it. It won't happen again." And it's just a huge mess that comes about. But I think sometimes people would just sit back and really like take into consideration who they're with, all they've done for them. I think there's a much greater appreciation, and sometimes that'll help you avoid from being in situations where you're tied up in maybe where it's two different women who feel like they love you now, or where one person is taking you away from somebody else, things like that. Again, this can go both ways. Don't get me wrong. It's just most of the people who I have like relationship based conversation with is typically male. So from my exposure, it's usually men who I hear about or know who are doing some miscellaneous things, and I try to encourage people as well as I work on encouraging myself, like the importance of uh just like if you make a promise, sticking to it, being a person of high integrity. That's really what it comes down to, and that's for all people. Do what you say you're going to do, to the quality you say you're going to do it, and when you say you're going to do it. Like if you just base, not saying you specific, maybe you're talking to somebody who's watching this, but if you, me, whoever, if we just base everything that we do off of moving and living with integrity, I think we'll be a lot better off. Anyways, that's kind of the random sporadic thought that was kind of brought to mind while listening to this song. I'm glad I checked it out. I'm going to be checking out additional songs and things like that. Hopefully they'll allow me to post this song on my channel. I don't know how this is going to work, but anyway, hey, I appreciate you watching. Those are my thoughts. Those are my thoughts. Some people may be like, man, you kind of rambled on it. Hey, listen, whatever's on my mind, whatever comes to mind, that's what you get. I don't edit these videos. I don't plan on editing these videos. It's just all raw, uncut, uncensored. First time listening to Dolly Parton's Jolene. These were my first thoughts. Hopefully you enjoyed them. Hopefully you'll hit the subscribe button and check out more of my reactions. Anyways, this is Steve Dab 317. Positive vibes only, and I'm signing out. Peace.